1971 to 1974. Strat-O-Matic Excel Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler.
Game 537, Diamondbacks at Padres.
Welcome back, baseball fans. 1971-74 Carryover League. We are continuing in the race to the pennant. The postseason tournament, round 2 action, up to 5 games to distinguish. In this case, we're going to start eliminating teams again. We had a nice little pause on that as first place teams duked it out. Let's do a quick review of that. So your first place teams duked it out for seeding purposes. The big wieners in this round was the Tigers. Took 3 out of 4 from Toronto, and they're going to be the number 1 seed, it looks like, in the American League. National League, the Braves, all they had to do was split a couple games with the Cubs. They did. They're like number 1 in the National League. Tigers and Braves. It was Oakland beating up on the White Sox 4-0, so that Oakland is slid into 2 for the moment, and the White Sox fall to a 4 seed in the American League. While we also have the San Francisco team. Basically, they beat a bad Portland team 3 straight, and so they take the currently vacant number 2 and a bye seat in the National League in a very jumbled mess of National League teams that has not played very well this year. Giants currently have that bye. Are they the second best team in the National League? Oh, probably not, but anyway, they're there at a 2. So with that, now we have third place teams visiting second place teams. Loser goes home again. Actually, every series from here on out is elimination. From here through the playoffs. So we've played, the friendlies are done with. Now we're going to start eliminating teams again. You're playing a division you didn't play in the regular season. It turns out your eastern teams and northern teams will play, and the Midwest, Mountain, and Western teams will play. So it's almost draw a line halfway in the center of the country, and you can pretty much figure out the battles. What it also means, it's very imbalanced as far as record. Take a look at the American League bracket for a moment here. This is a games over 500 for each team. This is a net. You got BUR stands for Burlington, or the Expos. And you have the Yankees, the Orioles, and Cleveland. They are all playing great baseball this year, combining for 13 over 500. They all are playing each other right now. And then these guys, Seattle and the Twins, Milwaukee and the Angels, only the Twins are game over 500. But we could very well see all 4 of those teams toast by the end of this round. National League, it's not quite as drastic, but very similar. The good teams are up north. St. Louis and Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. They're just a game over, but they've been fighting and playing good baseball this year. It's just that they're playing each other so much. And the Mets are 3 under, but they're a good baseball team. Meanwhile, out west, all you have out here is pretty much Houston, a couple games over 500, and some pretty bad teams. And speaking of that, that's what we have tonight. Some pretty bad baseball between the Padres and the Diamondbacks. And when the Diamondbacks woke up this morning, they had a bit of good news. What was that? Well, because Portland lost 3 straight to San Francisco, Portland's now a game under 500. Arizona starts a series with the Padres, and we're told if you guys can sweep the Padres, you could force a 1-game tiebreaker for that Mountain Time Zone exhibition team playoff spot. Woo-woo! The Padres responded. So let's see what's happened in this series. Game 1, Padres, Arizona. It's Dave Roberts for the Padres. It's Reggie Cleveland for Arizona. Nice first inning, 4 singles and 2 runs there. Reggie Cleveland is sailing. Take me away. He is sailing along here. 2-0. And then they get 2 more runs in the 7th off of Roberts. A run in the 8th off of Cleveland, and Dick Bainey and Jeff Zahn finish the victory. Arizona wins Game 1 4-1. So can they actually sweep the Padres? Padres now, after losing this game and being 5 games over 500, realize that even if they win this series, they may not even make it into the 3rd round of this tournament based on record, nor the playoffs, but at least they can play spoiler. Sometimes these tournament games are just spoiler games. They have nothing to, they don't really affect the playoffs much. Game 2, heartbreak in Arizona. Another great first inning. It's Dave Freislavin for the Padres, Juan Pizarro for Arizona. Pizarro went to the All-Star game, the lone representative. First inning, 2-run homers by Ted Eulander and Hal Breeden. 4-0 Arizona, they're printing playoff tickets. Top of the 3rd, we get a ground out RBI Dave Roberts. It's 4-1. Then in the 4th and 5th innings, they get more runs off Freislavin. You get a 2-out single by Brock Davis. Retman single, steals a base, scores on a sac fly, and here it is. It's 6-1. This should be a win, folks. But in the 7th inning, the wheels come off the cart of Juan Pizarro. And this is a case of where you trust your all-star, you trust him too much. Enzo Hernandez singles. That should have been a bad omen right there. Him simply getting a single should have told you your pitcher was weakening. Ollie Brown hits a homer at 6-3. Single by Dave Campbell, single by Dave Roberts, and that will chase Juan Pizarro. The new pitcher, Pat Jarvis, a righty, he gets Johnny Grubb, the pinch hitter, to sky to center field. But then Nate Colbert does what Nate Colbert does. 38 home runs, and one right there. 3-1 bomb. 5-run inning. Game is tied at 6. Stays that way into the 9th. The Diamondbacks bring their closer, Darryl Knowles, in. After an out, Dave Roberts singles. Johnny Grubb, who actually started the day on the bench, came in as a pinch hitter in the 7th because all 3 lefties were benched for the Pizarro. But now Johnny Grubb, hit and run single. Dave Roberts, Johnny Grubb execute this hit and run single. Runners on the corners. You get another Nate Colbert sac fly. 1-run lead. And in the bottom of the 9th, Joe Gibbon came on in the 7th inning. 3 up and 3 down, a walk and a double play in the 8th, and in his 3rd inning relief, facing Dalton Jones, Steve Braun, and Maxwell. 3 up and 3 down. Nice line for Joe Gibbon. 3 shutout innings, a walk and 2 Ks. Padres get the road win, put a dagger in the heart of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And somewhere in Portland, there is much rejoicing as they have defaulted into the division title in the Pacific Mountain time zone here. These 2 teams have split the series, which means it's very unlikely a wild card is in the future for either of these squads. We go to San Diego, land of the Yacht Rock, for Game 3. It is Steve Stone for Arizona, Clay Kirby Clay. Either way you want to do it, it's fine with him. And the Padres are riding this one, baby. Eulander, RBI double, but you get a big 2nd inning, a triple by Ollie Brown, a single by Enzo Hernandez, who's hot, a double by Clay Dalrymple. They pile on in the 5th inning. Error by Dale Maxwell, slick fielding shortstop, a single walk, another walk, a 2-run single by Enzo Hernandez. What is going on? The baseball world is turned upside down. Enzo Hernandez 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. Padres win Game 3 by a score of 7-3 as the Arizona Diamondbacks are flatter than a pancake. Their title designs fell apart. And let's take a look at the overall standings. Out west here we go. So here's Arizona. They just can't catch Portland. There's not enough time left. Rockies can't catch them either. Can't catch a team that's a game under 500. This division's awful. Normally this division plays better, but this is one of the worst years. Look at that, 18 under 500 against the, everybody else. Padres are 2.5 behind Houston. with a possible 2 games left here. Their only other path, they would need to win this game, game 4, to get to 2 under 500. And at 2 under 500, they would have to hope that Houston collapses to Colorado, and both teams get losing records. The Cardinals collapse against the Mets, and the Phillies or Pirates to sweep each other so that the loser goes under 500. It's one of those, 0.221% chances that the Padres can qualify for the playoffs at this point. But we still play the games. It is game 4 in San Diego. And on short rest, we have the aces of each team. Reggie Cleveland, they're playing for pride here. Reggie Cleveland in 73 was a 14-game winner for the Cardinals with an ERA of 3. He does battle with Dave Roberts, his outstanding 71 card. This might be the last time we use it, which is really sad because it's a hell of a card. 14 and 17 with a 2.10 ERA and 270 innings. Only the Padres could make this guy lose 17 games. This poor guy. A 2.10 ERA losing 17 games. That is so mean, Let's hope Dave can get a win here today, Dave Roberts fans. By the way, we got both Dave Roberts. We have the hitter and the pitcher on this Padre team. And we're in the land of Yacht Rock. Speaking of the land of Yacht Rock, we were right there not too long ago, were we not? Yeah, The man, Christopher Cross, threw this thing down to start the game. In the land of the Yacht Rock, let's get started from San Diego. Leading off for your Diamondbacks is Brock Davis. 37 is a strikeout. Julian Javier, 34, ground ball to short and an injury to the second baseman of Arizona. Well, we have Steve Braun on the bench. Steve Braun will take his spot. Batting third, Roger Freed. 67, pops to first. Bottom of 1, it is Cito Gaston. 1-6 is a K. Clay Dalrymple, 59. 1-4, base hit. Dave Roberts, 2-9, base hit to left field. Dalrymple holds. 2 on. Johnny Grubb, 5'11", pitcher X, Cleveland's an E19. That's an error. A 12 pitcher, and he's a 19. Don't need to go any further. They're loaded. 1 out. Nate Colbert. 210, lefty question mark, but Dalrymple is painfully slow. Only batting second because of his walks. He's an 8 runner, so yeah. And you gotta, He's not going to run. They're going to let Leron Lee swing away here. 39 out, bases loaded walk for Leron Lee, and the Padres take a 1-0 lead. Ollie Brown, 35 is a K. Top of 2. Merv Rittman, 1-2, Lomax. Dave May, 2/8 a single. Hal Breeden, 211, short B+. 2 outs for Bill Plummer, 67, pops to first base. Bottom of 2, it is Victor Harris, 1-9, roller to third. Enzo, 34, lines ashore. They gave him a nice smattering of applause here. He's been doing pretty well lately. Getting over the Mendoza line. Cito Gaston, 39, flies left. All right, top of the third for Dave Roberts. It's Dalton Jones. 2-5, pops to short. Dale Maxvale, 2-7. It's a strikeout. And with 2 outs, it is Brock Davis. 6'10 off Roberts' card, third X. That is the 4E29 stylings of the other Dave Roberts. And he plays that ground ball into a double. That was nice. Or he attempted to make a play on it. We got a runner at second with 2 outs, and it's Steve Braun for the injured Javier. 68, and Roberts gets him to fly to left field. Bottom of the third, Clay Dalrymple, 34, flies to right. Dave Roberts, 46, left. Johnny Grubb, 2-6, base hit, B stealer. -1 arm for Plummer. Let's try a stolen base. Mixed up a little bit there. 9, 13. He'll get in there barely. He'll sneak in there, but under the tag. Johnny Grubb's at second base with 2 outs. For Nate Colbert, the hero of Game 2, and maybe Game 3, and now maybe Game 4, 58. Double 1 to 6, and Natester, RBI single. And Johnny Grubb's stolen base pays off. Ron Lee, 56, flies to right field. Your Padres, wrecking seasons everywhere. They've wrecked the Dodgers season. I think they beat the Dodgers, what was it? They swept them and then they beat them 4-1. 8 out of 9. And they're 6-16 against everybody else. And now they're taking their magic and knocking out Arizona here. At least it seems that way. Top of the fourth inning. It'll be Roger Freed. 1-8. Strikes out. Merv Retman, 66. That's short. Dave May, 56, is a K. And it'll be Oliver Brown. 2-9 is a walk. Vic Harris, 69, center. Enzo, 1-2, short B plus injury. Ooh, the Padres have lost their shortstop. That would normally be a good thing, but not today. They're going to put, let's see here. Let's put Dave Campbell at shortstop. And that's not going to go over very well. He's a 40-48. He's no Enzo, folks. And he's at first base, taking over where Enzo got hurt, pulled up with a cramp. And it's Cito Gaston. 1-5, grounds to short. Wait a minute, actually there might be a single here. Yeah, you're holding that runner who reached on the fielder's choice, and I rolled the plus, but it's going to be a single. Runners of the corners, big at-bat here for Clay Dalrymple. 63, first X, Hal Breeden. A4, E14 at first base, and that'll be a single dot, and the Padres get a run there off the holding and so forth. First and second, 3-0 game. Dave Roberts, 46, flies right. We go to the fifth. The other Dave Roberts, pitching a gem. Hal Breeden, 64, catcher's card. Dalrymple's a 2E16, makes the play. Bill Plummer, 410, third X. Who is that third? Oh, that's Dave Roberts. Well, he's a 4E29, and that'll be an error. Yeah, he's given up a double and an error so far. Okay. Dalton Jones, 33, pops to first. Dale Maxwell, 2-6 is a walk, and with 2 outs and 2 on. This is how Dave Roberts lost 17 games. This inning should be over, but there's 2 on and 2 outs, and it's Brock Davis. 47 is a single to right field, trying to wreck the shutout. Will be Bill Plummer. I don't think he will. No, he is painfully slow. He will not run against the tremendous arm of Ollie Brown, -4. So you got your bases loaded with 2 out situation, and it's Stevie Ray Braun. Let's take a look at Stevie Ray. Stevie Ray Braun was a Twin in 71 at 254. He had 48 walks and 400 plate appearances. Nice on-base machine. Great pinch hitter. Had a nice little... In the American League, he was a good everyday player, or could split the season, but then he went to the National League and was a pinch hitter for a long time. Here's the pitch to Stevie Ray Braun. 3-6. Hit it in his wheelhouse. Stevie Ray. Double 1 of 19. And that's a Texas Flood double there for Stevie Ray Braun. Stevie Ray Braun. 2-run double. And this is how Dave Roberts did not win a lot of games with that 2.10 ERA. 2 unearned runs, second and third, 2 outs, and a 3-2 affair. And it's Roger Freed. 4-4, triple, 1-2 double. That is a double, and that is a lead. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, for your Arizona Diamondbacks, you got it. 4 unearned runs so far in the 5th inning, and they take a 4-3 lead. All because your third baseman's a 4.29. And over here you have a double. Yeah, you just can't play winning baseball with guys like that. Merv Retman. 3-6 is a walk. They bat around, we'll yank him. If V. This guy gets on base. Dave May. 39 for Dave May. Flies to right field, and Dave Roberts is granted a stay by the governor. He can go out for the 6th inning. 4-3. What a mess. 4-3 game. Bottom of the 5th. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Ah, yes, folks. Diamondback, Padre, expansion baseball. 8 expansion teams plus the Padres. Make that 9 expansion teams. 69 Padres that join these fictional Diamondbacks. I don't know who's better. A fictional team? Probably. Bottom of the 5th. Reggie Cleveland getting a new lease on life. Has a 4-3 lead, now trying to qualify for a victory. It'll be Johnny Grubb. 1-5, let's take a look at the Johnny Grubb card of 1973. Hits .311, 8 homers, 389 at-bats. Can play center field, does very well against lefties. Frankly, he emerged before Dave Winfield, at least with his stick. Might be slightly older than Winfield, we would guess. That's why you see him here while Winfield is still toiling in AAA. Pirates will probably bring up Winfield next year. Once Ollie Brown or Cito Gaston or LaRon Lee, once their shelf life goes, Winfield will be brought up. Right now, there's no place for him. But there's a place in center field for Johnny Grubb, and here's Homer, 1-10. Double the rest. He cannot get the homer. It's a 2-base hit. Now I got Nate Colbert, 1 for 2 with an RBI. 2-9 bounces to short, does not get the run to the 3rd. Runner at second for LaRon Lee, 5-10. Off of the Reggie Cleveland card, Homer, 1-5 double. That's a 2-base hit. We got a tie game. Ollie Brown, 2-5 double. 1-14 is a double for Ollie Brown, future Brewer. 5-4, Padres reclaim the lead. Vic Harris, 42, flies to right, and with 2 outs, it is Dave Campbell, who scored last inning as a pinch runner. 2-9, Dave Campbell flies to left field. The broadcaster, Dave Campbell from ESPN, that's who that is. 5-4 Padres. They have the lead. Fans are finally filing in. You know, in San Diego, you know, they're out there on the yacht listening to their yacht rock mix. Then after that, they have happy hour. They have their pina coladas. It doesn't rain in Southern California, and Jimmy Buffett, and just about everything you can imagine. They go to the Regal Beagle to hang out with Jack and Chrissy from Three's Company. But they eventually make it to their seats for the Padres to take a 5-4 lead for them. Into the 6th we go. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I got to increase the volume. I know I usually wait to the 7th inning, but sometimes you have to just break the rules, particularly when the Padres just get themselves a lead. Don't rock the yacht, don't rock the boat. Top of the 6th, it's 5-4. Dave Roberts still in there after his opponent batted around against him. And it'll be Hal Breeden leading off. 67 pops to second. Bill Plummer, 1-5, grounds to short. And with 2 outs, it is Dalton Jones. 63, first baseman is... Oh, Colbert can field. He's a 2-6. He's like the best defensive player on the Padres. He makes the play. Reggie Cleveland, he'll give it one more inning. He'll give you 6 here. It'll be Cito Gaston. 2-5, double and a 4 is a base hit. And I think that will, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He's put just a lot of guys on. It's been a long year for Reggie. He will leave after a batter in the 6th inning down a run. And it'll be Jeff Zahn. Jeff Zahn will come out of this pretty halfway decent Arizona bullpen. Jeff Zahn had a very nice year here with your Dodgers in 74. He was 3-5 with a 2.03 ERA in 80 innings. Dodgers, of course, can't keep all these lefties with Tommy John and Claude Osteen and Jim Brewer, so they have to let guys like Jeff Zahn leave the farm. So here we are. Clay Dalrymple's the batter. with a runner at first, nobody out. And batting for Dalrymple will be the backup catcher. It'll be Chris Cannizzaro. Chris Cannizzaro here. The runner at first, nobody out. Pitch to Cannizzaro. 33. That is a 5-4-3 double play. Oh, with 2 outs, it's Dave Roberts. 32. Rounds too short. 5-4 into the 7th. Leading off for the Diamondbacks, it's Dale Maxwell. 1-5 is a double. My goodness. Brock Davis. 2-11. Rounds are short. Stevie Ray Braun. 1-7 is a K. And with 2 outs, and the runner in scoring position, it's Roger Freed. 46 is a base hit into. Is it right field? You got the -4 arm if it is. It is. You got a -4 arm. Maxwell can only run on a 14. Well, late in the game, yeah, we can let him run for a tie, I suppose. But he's got a -4 arm in right field of Ollie Brown. Where is Maxwell's card? What is he? He is a 13, 14, 15. It's 1-11. We're going to let him run on an 11 because it's a chance to tie the game. And he's thrown out on a 14. See, if you just stick to that 14 rule I have, he's safely at third base while Merv Redmond hits a 3-run homer. But I changed the rules. I let this guy run as we are in a postseason series and it's elimination game and that sort of thing. And it just didn't work out. Got thrown out the plate. -4 arm. Ollie Brown in right field guns the guy out at the plate. It stays 5-4, and yes, Dave Roberts can continue to qualify for that win. Stretch time here in San Diego, land of the Yacht Rock. Oh yeah, you gotta love this one. Oh yeah, the Yacht Rock mix. Got some great stuff here, compiled from many years. Just adding stuff to this long list. We got hundreds of songs in here, do we not? We have 100 and some Yacht Rock classics here in San Diego with a 5-4 lead. Jeff Zahn will continue and face Johnny Grubb. 111 grounds to third. Nate Colbert, 1/8 a K. Laron Lee, 39's a walk. Ollie Brown, who made a big defensive play in the top of the inning. 37 is a walk. 2 on, 2 outs for Vic Harris. 2-7 is a K. And sadly, the rally ends. Turn us down a little bit now. Rally music did not quite get them another run. It remains 5-4. Thinking heavily of pulling Roberts with a lead. I will do that. I'm going to yank the guy. I've seen this guy lose too many games. He could only be a winner. Pulling him after 7. And I'm going to go straight to my closer, asking for a 2-inning save out of Bob Miller. Bob Miller, 1971, Pittsburgh Pirate closer, 8-5 with a 1.64 ERA in 99 innings. Folks, best pitcher in the Pirate bullpen of a team that won the World Series in 1971 over Baltimore. My goodness, folks. That's who the Padres have closing games out. My goodness. Padres should be better than that, you would think. I mean, they got the Pirates World Series closer. Asking him to get a 2-inning save. Can we improve this defense? Yes, we can. We can get Dave Roberts out of there. You know, they should have given Dave Roberts a glove. Had they given him a glove when he was out there at third base, you know, but he was trying to do that with his bare hands, and he just couldn't get his hand on any of those balls. Ed Spezio will play third base now for the Padres. We go to the top of the 8th. It'll be Merv Redmond leading off. 58, flies left. Dave May, 311, is hit by the pitch. Hal Breeden, 47 off the Miller card is single 1-8, and he rolls a 1 and gets the single. Bob Miller in trouble here, first and second. This is a dare. They're going to pull Bill Plummer, and the pinch hitter will be Ed Herman. Former Chi Sox catcher Ed Herman. Let's take a look at this dude. 72. He hit 10 dingers in 354 at-bats with a 249 average. And he's being asked to put his foot in the bucket and yank one down the line here against Bob Miller. Bob Miller doesn't really care too much. He does not give up homers on this card. So he will pitch to Ed Herman. Infield is back at double play depth. First and second, one out. The pitch to Ed Herman. 3-10. Ed Herman. That's a 4-6-3 double play. And the Padres get out of the 8th innings, as does Bob Miller. All right, Jeff Zahn went 2. Let's get him out of there. And let's go Daryl Knowles in the 8th, just to take a look at him. Daryl Knowles, he's your Arizona Diamondback closer. By the way, he's an Oakland A in 71, and his card is up. So Arizona, you are part of the, let's call it the Dynasty A future. I would hold on to this Daryl Knowles guy. Make sure the Oakland A's don't get him. And maybe if you do that, the Oakland A's won't win 3 straight World Series. We have seen a lot of Oakland A players being held on to by other franchises. Paul Lindblad, Mike Epstein, Bill North, and now Daryl Knowles. Daryl Knowles in the 8th. And it will be the number 9 hitter, Dave Campbell, leading off. 2, 3, let's take a look at Dave Campbell, folks. The ESPN broadcaster, I hope he's watching, he'd enjoy this. A 227 hitter, 7 dingers, and 365 at-bats in 1971. This ball is gone out into the San Diego night. He hit it to the zoo, folks. He hit it into the Panda Pen. So the Pandas are playing with that ball in San Diego. Solo shot Dave Campbell. It is a 6-4 game. Now we got Clarence Gaston. 47's a K. Chris Can of Whoop-Ass. 57 is a single. Ed Spezio. 48, short X. But you have Maxwell's a 2E19. Ground ball B, it's a fielder's choice for Spezio. He's at first with 2 outs for Johnny Grubb. 64. Third X. Their third baseman is Dalton Jones, who is a 4E27. That is a single dot, so they'll load the bases with 2 outs for Nate Colbert. 58 flies to right field. Well, they get a run, leave the bases loaded. 2-run lead. Will that be enough for Bob Miller and the Padres as they try and win 3 straight after dropping game 1 in this set here? And their very faint playoff chances. You say there's still a chance? Yes, San Diego, there is still a chance, I guess. In the 9th, it'll be Dalton Jones leading off for the Padres. Dalton, 39, is going to be a fly to center. Dale Maxwell, 55, short X. This is Dave Campbell, 4E48 shortstop, and he makes the play. Wow. Tough break for Arizona. And with 2 outs, up top to Brock Davis. 2-5 is a walk. Game continues with 2 outs. Your tie run is Stevie Ray Braun, who has a double in this game, coming in off the bench. The pitch to Stevie Ray Braun. 3-10, and this game is not over. He was hit by the pitch. And with 2 on and 2 outs, and Bob Miller, if you're wondering, is a relief 3. He cannot break. The tying runs are aboard. The lead run is Roger Freed. And Freed, let's take a look at him and Dave May here. Ted Eulander. Let's see here. No, you gotta let Roger Freed swing away. He has a chance of getting a home run on 3-6 to give Arizona a lead, so he will roll. Roger Freed with 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning, and here's the pitch. 4-5 off Bob Miller card is a single, and the runners will go station to station. No need to get thrown out when you're down 2. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs in the 9th. And your Arizona Diamondbacks, they still have a chance to even this series 2 games to piece this late. My goodness, folks. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the 9th of a 6-4 game. Can the Padres, my goodness, can the Padres get something good happen out of this season? The pitch to Merv Retman. 1-9. The answer is no. They cannot get something nice. This is why we don't have nice things in San Diego. Merv Retman, let's take a look at the Merv Retman card. That is a single to left field. 1 run scores. It's Brock Davis at Stevie Ray Braun. We'll try and tie this thing up to left field. 14, 15, 16. -2 Armafcito Gaston. And he scores a 2-run single. Unbelievable. And we got more baseball. It is 6-6. Roger Freed and Bob Miller blows the game. 6-6, first and second, 2 outs. The pitch to Dave May. 2-10, base hit right field. Roger Freed will run. He's an 11, 12, 13. He will run off the -4 arm. It's 1-9. And he's thrown out the plate, and now you can't run anymore. You get thrown out twice the plate. We take your car keys away. The -4 arm of Mr. Ollie Brown guns 2 men out in the 7th and 9th innings to keep the game tied. My goodness, folks. Bottom of the 9th, 6-6. Bob Miller's day is over after destroying the Padres' chances of playoffs. Bottom of the 9th, Daryl Knowles. Oh, he'll continue. Surely he can do better than the 8th inning. In the 9th, LaRon Lee will lead off for the Padres. 1-5. Let's take a look at LaRon Lee's card leading off in the bottom of the 9th inning. Rolling 1-5, 12 homers and 370 at-bats. That is a walk-off home run. Break up your Padres. They blow it in the 9th in the top half by letting the Diamondbacks think they had a chance when the whole point was for the Padres. You know, let's throw something here. Let's give them this one. This is a good one. Let's show them who somebody's baby is here. Let's tell them, who's your daddy, Arizona? It's the San Diego Padres. We got your number. We've just rung you up 3 straight wins. Padres beat the Diamondbacks 7-6 on a LaRon Lee walk-off homer. My goodness, folks. Heck, you get the bang for your buck with these games. They're entertaining. Ultimately, they don't add up much to get to a World Series, you would think. Bob Miller was relatively awful. He gets the win. He gives up 4 hits, 2 runs, and 2 walks, putting 6 men on base in 2 innings. Excuse me, 7. Walked 3 guys. My bad. Got a lucky double play in there and a guy thrown out the plate. Dave Roberts, no decision. Didn't pitch very well either. 4 hits. 4 runs. Oh, we had an error in there. Oh, all those were unearned, so that's good. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Daryl Knowles, maybe you should go to Oakland. He was pretty awful. Homers in the 8th and 9th innings by Dave Campbell and LaRon Lee would doom Arizona's season. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits and 2 runs in an inning and a batter. Give him a strikeout for what that's worth. Jeff Zahn had 2 nice innings. 2 walks and 2 Ks. A no decision for Reggie Cleveland, giving up 10 hits and 5 runs in the process. All were earned. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. 1009-0108. Your Padres are still alive. As a courtesy, they probably are mathematically eliminated. I just haven't done enough investigation to that part. But let's just say they're still alive for funds, for you-know-whats and giggles, right? 1009-0108, 714-611. 714-611-5545. Thanks, Jackson. I'm trying to start a little bit now. Alright. So I can concentrate here, doing the box score here, and looking at the Padres and Diamondbacks final boxes. 1009, 0108, 714, 611, 5545. That is game number 4. The Padres are just 2 games under 500. That's not bad at all. And they prove that they were better than the Dodgers, who've been eliminated. That they eliminated. They knocked the Dodgers out. They ended the Dodgers season, then continued on beyond the Dodgers and got a better record than the Dodgers now. That's what San Diego's been doing. And your Arizona Diamondbacks have folded up like a cheap tent here, probably in 3rd place now. Let's start with the Padres. They are 17-19. They're hitting .243, which is a little disappointing, but they got a .307 ERA. They're wasting some very good pitching with lousy defense, and they have power. They have hit a lot of homers, but not with mental base apparently. Dave Roberts got a no decision. He's 4-6. The 4-6 Dave Roberts has an ERA of .333 with a 4-6 record. Bob Miller, 2-1 with 7 saves. You got Nate Colbert, 9 homer and 26 RBI. He's your most valuable Padre. Your most valuable Padre is 29 for 133, hitting .218. 29 for 133? Really? Yeah, .218. Okay. Ollie Brown's 38 for 1 1/4. That's a little bit better. He's hitting .304. There you go. Oh, but wait a minute. Johnny Grubb, 42 for 137. Johnny Grubb hitting .307 for his rookie year. And Laurent Lee hit that big home run, his 5th of the year. He was their all-star a year ago. Last year he was an all-star. This year he's hitting .296. Not bad for Laurent Lee. Making the most out of his 71 card. That's Laurent Lee's best card, really. So the Padres have some nice bats in this lineup. And you think the future looks good. You got Dave Winfield coming up next year, but we'll see. Now your Arizona Diamondbacks. 1 game won, then the balloon just popped on their season. They played pretty lousy baseball. They've been playing pretty lousy baseball all year. They fall below Colorado now. They're 16-22. Their season is done. They actually hit .272, but they build their team around batting average. So they have a lot of .270 and plus hitters on this team. Not a lot of power or defense. They have a .367 ERA. Darryl Knowles, ERA of .450 and 2 losses. One of those 2 you just saw. Hal Breeden, 7 homer and 25 RBI to pace the club. Dave May, 6-24. Dave May had 54 hits. He was 54 for 156. .346 year for Dave May. He was an all-star game snub because Arizona was so bad. They only had 1 representative for the all-star game. That was Juan Pizarro, who finishes 5-3, but he's got a pretty good earned run average. Juan Pizarro, .215 ERA. He was the all-star in lieu of Dave May. Brock Davis also had 54 hits. He was 54 for 145. .372 for Brock Davis. I would caution you, 54 hits. He had 0 homers, 0 triples, and 2 doubles. So he had 52 singles and a couple doubles. So that is one of the worst .372 hitters you're ever going to find. So it is a 3-1 series win. We're going to plug this in now because we only had the 1 game. The result is that San Diego wins 3-1. San Diego is 17-19. And Arizona is 16-22. I just don't know if San Diego at 2 under 500. This is what they have to do. So they have to be one of the 4 best records in this round. They're -2. So Houston, I don't think they can get worse than -2, can they? If Colorado beats Houston 5-1, Houston would be -2, and Colorado would be -1. And if the Mets beat the Cardinals 4-1, they'd be at 500. But the Cardinals would be 2 under 500. And then you would need Pittsburgh or Philadelphia to sweep the other team. You need a sweep so that they get to beyond 2 or 3 under 500. That's how you have to do it. You've got to find 4 other teams to have a record worse than the Padres, 2 under 500. Just not seeing it. That's too, yeah. And then you'd have a tiebreaker, I think. Houston and San Diego. Yeah, at that point. So, for now, the Padres season does continue, but once we play more of these tournament rounds, we'll eventually do an elimination of the Padres. That's it tonight. Break up your Padres while they are still alive in the league. The Yacht Rock Kings. They do beat the Arizona Diamondbacks after losing Game 1. Winning the series 3-1. Thanks for checking this out, folks. We'll see you next time.